Hey guys, and welcome back to the vlog. Today I actually thought I wasn't going to vlog because I wasn't sure whether I'd have anyone to actually film the tests, because I need someone to call, aka Hannah. Whoa, look, eyebrows are...
Just laughing at your Instagram.
Oh, okay. Eyebrows are on fleek today. Have you seen my eyebrows?
Oh, fluffy.
Fluffy. Girl's gone for the soap brow for the dressage judge. If they're looking at the plaits, Jim's plaits, and they think they're atrocious, I'm just going to tip my hat so they can see my eyebrows. Anyway, we're going dressage today. Yes, we are going dressage today, and I've got a thing in my brain where I can't learn dressage tests. So Hannah's calling for me. Actually, tell a lie, I know prelim 12, don't I?
Yeah.
It's prelim 18, I don't know. So Hannah's going to call for me, and the lovely Lauren with her cape is coming to rescue and film for us, because apparently she didn't get too hammered last night and is now capable of coming to watch, which is amazing. So yeah, we're just at the we're just parked up. I need to go and have a wee, get some snacks for the lorry, and then we're heading over to Bury. We're going to do prelim 18, 12 and then 18, and yeah, it's the first competition of the season, so excited
to kick it off with dressage.
I know, wow. So I'm excited to got a bit of a nose job. I'm excited to bring you guys along, and yeah, I hope we have a fab day. Do a little tour of Jim Jam. He's having his feet are painted right now. I'm not gonna lie guys, it's actually Baltic here. Okay, don't judge the plaits. Min, what's wrong with me? Why can't I remember their names? Poor Jimmy's mane. He's got the world's thickest typical Irish bog mane. So yeah, the plaits just don't judge. But yeah, getting his feet all painted, ready for today.
Life goes up and it goes down. I know my mom taught me that. I figured why we fool around so little, and we keep track of time, being so serious, idiots.
Okay, let's talk about my warm-up and also my actual test. And I do have the test sheet in front of me where I'm going to take you through the judges' comments and the marks that she gave me. So here in the warm-up, I felt like when we first entered the arena, he was very, very tense. It was indoors, we haven't done a huge amount, but the more I worked him in, the more transitions we did, the more fluid it became, and actually I felt like he was really listening to me. I know there's still moments of tension, of course there are, but it does feel like as we go throughout our warm-up session, they become less and less basically. But I was really, really pleased with him in here, because there was pigeons, there's lots of things for him to spook at, and to begin with he was very on his toes, but actually he definitely was more relaxed, and I was hoping what I was doing in this warm-up I could replicate in the actual test, because I felt like this is the best we've gone, well, since I've had him. So here I am in the international arena, very posh, and I'm loving this trot. I really, really wished we could have kept this trot going. I felt like we had lots of impulsion, but he was also with me as well. Now, let's get into the comments and the marks. So this is me going up the centre line, and the judge gave us a 6 here. It says active but against the hand, and he spooks slightly here at the top because he spots the judges, so we do go a bit green here. Now as we're going across and changing the rein, I did get a 6 as well, and it says hollow, which, you know, I can't disagree with, definitely. My circle here, I got a 6.5, and the comments said the circle was too small. I don't know whether it is or not, because when I look back on the test, I thought it was a fairly decent circle. So that's something for me to work on next time, to make sure I'm more accurate and I'm not giving away marks. Again, I thought, let's not lose the impulsion. He's going to the toilet. Let's keep it going. So he does come up a bit on the bridle, because I'm just focused on making sure that I'm keeping him forward. For that change of rein, we got a 6, and again, it said against the contact. And here on this circle here, we got a 6.5, and the judges put swinging the nose. So I think that's where I'm just basically being maybe too handsy, and it's causing him to snatch the rein a bit. That transition wasn't great. And this is where it goes a bit Pete Tong, if I'm honest. And it's because our weakest pace is walk, and this is where you do a 10 metre half circle on the right and then a 10 metre half circle on the left, and it really highlights just the unbalance and us not stepping through. Again, that's something for me to work on, and because it wasn't executed very well at all, we actually ended up with a score of 3, which isn't great, and these were double marks as well, so it really tanked our score, and it's something that I know that we really need to work on, and that is our walk. I get a 6 for our transition up to trot here, and then our canter transition I get a 6 as well. It's just saying I'm a little bit hollow, which I can't disagree with here, and I'm rushing him here, so they've given me a score of 6, just saying hollow. So as you can see, the theme is this hollowness here, and he's just unbalanced when I'm doing this circle here. He's got a tendency to kind of motorbike the corners, and actually I need to sit up more and get him back with me. This change of rein, I got a 5. It says against the contact and unbalanced. Now this canter here, I like this canter. There's no comments. I got a score of 6, but the judge has underlined fluency, balance and contact. So that's something clearly that I just need to work on. And here I'm doing the 20 metre circle at B. I got a 6.5 with a comment more balance. Now this change of rein, he broke from the canter into walk, but I did catch him quickly. But it meant that I didn't do an accurate change of rein. I did get a score of 5, and that's, you know, fair dues. It just says lost balance, stiffness and outline. And as I go up the centre line here, I got a 6. The halt is pretty square, but as you see, he just trips slightly. So I get a 6 for that. Guys, oh, this is a strong look. Right, I need to change my hat because it is giving me a massive headache, and that is why. There's actually an indent in my forehead.
Yeah, and it's red.
Look at that. That's sore. Anyway. Probably. It's the ego. Now I've finished the dressage test. I think I'm Charlotte Dujardin. Anyway, yeah, as you can see, Lauren's joined us. You can't miss her. Tan, teeth,
Glowing.
and pink. She went out to the club last night, so obviously she had to get a tan on. But yeah, so I've just ridden Prelim 12, and no matter what the score says, people always say that when they know it's going to be a shit score, don't they? But no matter what the results say, honestly, for me, that was the best test that we've done together. And I'm not just blowing my own horn, but...
Yeah, it definitely was.
Oh, thanks. Typically, we would have a terrible test. Like, hence the whole reason Jim went to Justine on boot camp. But yeah, well, you will see the footage, or you may have already seen the footage, depending on how I want to edit this. But yeah, hopefully... 18 is going to be a bit of a different kettle of fish because it's indoor. The arena's much smaller, much more enclosed, and that is not Jim's thing. He loves big, wide open spaces where he can get his floof on. So yeah, let's have a go at 18. Let's do Prelim 18. Ugh! I was more nervous about this test, and that was because it was in a different arena and it felt a lot smaller than the international, and that is not Jim's bag. He loves open space. He just loves to get his floof on. So being in a more confined area that was darker made me worry, but actually in the warm-up he felt really good, like he was with me again. So it did make me feel more relaxed going into this test. Now what's interesting is I felt I didn't ride the Prelim 18 as well as the 12, but I actually got a higher score in the 18, and I think that's because there's not as much walk in the 18, and that is kind of our real downfall at the moment. But But let me take you through the test sheet that we have for 18. There's more comments than the 12. So as I'm going up the centre line, I got a 6.5 and it said fairly straight but needs more bend on the turn. So as you can see, as I hit the judge's car, I just don't have him flexed enough round. So it's probably quite abrupt and like that. I really let myself down here. I got a 6.5 for this half right circle 20 metres to E, but because I was on the wrong diagonal, I got a mark of 6.5, which is still, you know, fairly decent, a decent mark. Coming down this centre line here, it says that I need more bend on the turn. So again, it's just setting him up properly for these bends, and my position as well, making sure I'm turning my shoulders so he knows where I want to be going. When I get to B and I do a 20 metre circle in diameter to E, I get a result of 6.5, and it just says I need a rounder frame. As you can see, he's poking his nose up, he's reading the news, he's not actually with me there, so that's a bit of a shame. And I was really nervous about doing these 3 loop serpentines because I am no good at these, but I got a score of 6 and it just says need consistent contact, more bend. So you can see the theme on this test is definitely bend. And between C, E and K in the trot, I got a score of 6.5. Needs consistent contact, which is fair enough. He's just not quite listening, and when I try and get him back, he is just poking his nose. Now that canter transition was awful. Something spooks him and he does rush and he does shoot forward, which means I don't circle where I need to. So I get a score of 5. It just says off contact in the transition, then became unbalanced, which you can see. But this canter's better. I got a score of 6 here, it just says off the contact. Its transition downwards wasn't too bad, but it just wasn't, you know, very pretty really. He's got tense steps. Again, in all of my walk work, it says tense. I've got a score of 5.5 for this change the rein on change the rein in a free walk. It just says the tempo's varying as I'm doing it. So basically he's falling behind off my leg a bit. I give him a bit of a kick to say, oi, come with me. So then he quickens his paces, then he drops off the leg again, and I give him a bit of a kick again, and it's kind of that's where the tempo's coming from. So in this canter, I got a score of 5. It just said off the contact in the transition. Again, off the contact when I'm doing this canter. And this is again a score of, it's actually a score of 6, this one. Yeah, he's just not quite listening. Now, I got a 6 down the centre line. It just says that I'm drifting right, which you can see, look, where are you going, hun? And for my halt and salute, I got a score of 6. Right guys, we are back. Both tests are done. What do I think of it? I don't know. I've been a bit of a Debbie Downer. So test 1, the one that I thought I rode really well, actually scored the lower of the 2, scored 55, doesn't it? And the second test, which didn't feel as nice, scored 59. I'll probably do a voiceover on actually my tests, and then I'll get Lauren to check my voiceover to make sure what I'm saying actually makes sense. I can read the comments. I did get a frilly for my second test. The test I didn't think was that good. I got a 5th for a set. I'm trying not to be a big moaner. The thing is, it's important to also recognise you can feel a bit disappointed, and that's what I feel like. And I've just had mac and cheese and it still hasn't helped. And no amount of Pepsi Max is going to make me feel better about this. I just feel like I spent a load of money to get a kick in.
That's essentially what dressage is.
Yeah, so I'm going to eat some Ripple now. I'm going to drive home and I'm going to pull this vlog together and not be completely like disappointed, because I have got to be aware that it is my first time out in a very long time, and it's just something, the starting point to build up on, and all that shit that you tell your friends when they're feeling crap.
No, there were lots of positives to take away. Jess here got 2 6.5s for her rider's position
I
on
said she
both
was
tests.
blind. I said she was blind. She didn't
2
see.
judges don't lie.
She didn't. I spat at Laura when she told me.
They double marked, you know.
I don't think they saw my ankle creeping up, kicking a fucking kidney. Anyway, it is what it is, and yeah. Thanks for watching. Come back when we're eventing. It's a bit more cheerier. Right, peace out, homies. And I want to say a massive thank you to Jim Jam for being an absolute superstar today. Having a youngster is definitely the most rewarding thing. I was just saying to Hannah actually on the way back that just the way that he travelled, he wants to go out in the field now, the way that he travelled, the way that he stood on the lorry, just how he was in the warm-up. He didn't put a hoof wrong today, and I am super grateful to own such a lovely character. I mean, he's got a massive head and his eyes are really wide apart, but who cares? He's handsome, he's beautiful, and love him so much. I promise this is actually the end of the vlog. Thank you for watching. I've just spent some time re-watching the warm-up footage and my test footage, and I do feel more positive and actually pleased with how the day went and not so negative. I just needed that time to kind of reflect and actually look back at what we achieved. So I am chuffed. He was such a super boy, and for me this is kind of like a baseline for us to just start and hopefully improve. And I'm actually quite looking forward to the season now. So I don't know whether I'll ever just become a dressage diva. It's just not for me. But you know, flat work is fundamentally the key to being a successful eventer if I ever get there. So I'm just going to embrace it more, and yeah, I'm just really pleased with our feedback, what we've got today, and it's just given us plenty of food for thought, and we're just going to get crack-a-lacking. So thanks for tuning in, really appreciate the support, and yeah, hopefully you have enjoyed the vlog, but I'll catch you guys soon. Bye.